Hey everybody, welcome to this week's recap of The Mole.
Last week, Allie was bribed and took the money to leave, and Bobby was executed.
Wow, poor
I
Bobby.
miss Bobby.
I do too.
So
They crossed the border.
They're in Argentina now.
At the base of the Andes mountain range.
Yes, the longest mountain range in the world.
And the pot is up to $129,000.
So they had to divide up into 2 teams of 4, the selfish people and the selfless people.
Okay.
So, Team Selfish, Victoria, Nicole, Clay, and Kristen.
And Team Selfless, Paul, Alex, Craig, and Mark.
Yep. So this challenge was called Midas Rush, and there were 200 gold bricks, which didn't actually look gold.
No, they didn't look like gold at all, but they were 5 pounds each.
So the teams would have 50 minutes to carry as many bricks as they could to the top of the mountain, which was like 10,000 feet up.
10,000 feet up in 50 minutes. That's crazy at that altitude. But each one of the bricks that they're going to be able to take with them is going to be worth $250 to the pot. So it could be $50,000.
I think it was 10,000, like, the altitude.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that would be, like, 10,000 feet up.
Yes, it would.
Okay. So
they got to stay together, though.
Yeah.
And the winning team's going to get an exemption.
Well, the first team to arrive.
Right. Will be the winning team.
No matter how many bricks they have.
Right. So the selfish team, they didn't take as many bricks as the selfless team.
Because they're thinking, whoa, we gotta just get there first, so exemption, carry as little as possible, basically.
Right. So they were booking it. They had a lead because they didn't have quite as many bricks as the other team. But they got like halfway there, and John was like, you gotta take one of these scales, too.
Yeah, so one scale was like 10 pounds, and the other one was like 20.
I thought it was like 20 and 30.
No.
Oh, okay. Maybe you're right. I think you're right. Never mind.
So then, they didn't tell them which scale was which, so they had to just blindly guess.
Yeah, and they couldn't lift them up to see which was lighter, so they just had to take one.
But Team Selfish got there first, and they did end up picking the lighter scale.
Right, and then Mark was going to carry the other one, so he was actually carrying bricks, and he had to put his bricks down so that he could carry the scale. So I think he left like 4 there.
Looked like 4.
That's like $1,000 that they missed out on because of that stupid scale.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you guessed right. Craig's starting to turn beet red.
Mm-hmm.
He's not in great shape.
Not a good challenge for him.
No, but you know what? He persevered.
Mm-hmm.
He was really pushing it because he wanted to, do it for the team.
So, predictably, the selfish team won, and they ended up bringing 23 bricks.
Now, the selfless team, they actually made it with only 30 seconds to spare.
Woo!
It was really close.
Cutting it close. But they, on the other hand, had 34 bricks.
Right. So, when they added it all together, there was a total of 57, so that's $14,250 for the pot.
And then John dropped the bomb. There would only be one exemption.
Just one.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to have to decide unanimously who gets it. And if you can't decide unanimously, nobody gets it. And you forfeit the money.
Yeah.
So, that's serious. But, Clay was being a jerk. He was like, I haven't gotten an exemption yet. But Victoria hadn't either on that team. And she didn't speak up.
No.
So I don't know who's worse. Her for not speaking up or Clay for like, gotta give it to me.
Mm-hmm.
I can't fault either one of them. But Clay got the exemption.
Yep, and the pot is up to $143,250.
Now, ambulance time for Craig.
Yeah.
He ain't doing too good.
He can't breathe. The
he
air
had like
is
hypothermia.
So thin. Yeah.
And he was in and out of consciousness.
Ooh.
I felt bad for him. But now he's okay. They treated him. They released him. They said, no more activity for you, boy.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have to rest and stay warm.
It was like altitude sickness and like hypothermia, I think.
Well, they made a point of saying that Mark is Mr. Journal.
Yeah,
so you know what that means. And Craig is not at dinner because he's resting.
So then, John's like, all right, hand over your journals.
Mark's
like, no!
But he did.
Mm-hmm.
So they took him for a while. John disappeared with them. He brought them back and he says, "It's time to play. Who said that?"
Yeah, so he picked out all of his favorite quotes from the journals, and each person will be asked one question. Like, they'll be given a quote.
Right.
A lot of them were about the person who was asked.
Right.
And they had to decide who said it.
Right.
And before they started, he
Yeah.
rounded the pot up to 144,000.
Each correct answer for the quote game, though, is going to be worth $2,000.
And there's no signaling or hinting allowed from other competitors.
So what does Nicole do? She signals. Me.
Miss Blinks over there.
Yeah. So they didn't count that one, so they only got a total of 4 out of 7.
But they would have had 5.
That's right. So, it's time to take a risk. John asked who will sacrifice their journal.
So, Alex will sacrifice his journal.
He sacrificed it, and then they burnt the rest of them. Unbelievable.
So the only one that was safe was Alex's.
And they gave it back to him because it was all about taking a risk, and he was the one who stepped up. So he got to keep his journal.
So Mark was all upset, and he, disappeared.
He came back after a while, but he was upset, and he's remaining upset.
Yes.
So it's dinner the next night, and Craig is back.
Yeah, and he gets to keep his journal because he missed dinner and whatever was
Yeah,
before
he's
that.
at a disadvantage, so he has the advantage of keeping his journal.
Yeah.
So it's quiz time. After you eat, it's time to take a quiz.
10 questions to see who you think the mole is.
But there's a pot of $152,000 at stake, so answer wisely.
Yeah, and the only person with the exemption was Clay.
After the test was done, it was a tie, and only 5 seconds separated the 2 bottom people.
Yeah, because when they had the tie, they're like, all right, whoever was slower out of the tie is
out of here. So, Victoria was executed. Wow.
Too slow and not enough right.
Too bad she didn't get that exemption.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
Yeah, it would have been sweet. Well, kids, next week, it's time for the llama costumes.
Yeah.
They are in South America, after all. So, till next week. Much love.